Yo, what's going on, people? Another week of raw combat sport punditry.
You know that.
Combat sports. Voices on the streets.
No, we here.
Yeah.
No
special guest today, Big Zoz.
I'm still special, yeah? What are you saying? I'm still special.
Yeah, man.
Forever stay special,
Come
bro.
on,
You're
thank
from
you,
the
thank you,
southeast
thank
part
you.
of the streets, bro. You get me, fam? You're from where the stars are made, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. And you know the usual suspects, man. We got Braggadocious, Snuff Chat, Bragz.
I'm here, people.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. We got Jack Frost himself, Greeny.
Is that me?
Yeah. You got myself, Rimz.
The conductor and the controller. You know that. All of that good
Hey,
stuff.
before we get into it, though, gonna shout out, a sponsor, D's Rum Tump, check that out,
Rum Tump, did you call it?
Rum Tump.
Oh, it's Rum Tump, yeah? Okay.
Tom man up.
Yeah,
Tom
yeah.
man up. You see
Go
it?
check out the Insta. You get me? The drink is nice, though.
Legit.
Sweet one. Trust me,
Legit.
sweet one still. But yeah, go check that out. But yeah, man, we had.
Before we get into that,
Go on.
also, we also had DFC, which was a big boxing event. Well, not big, but it is growing to be a big boxing event that Flips, the SC Don guys put on, which is a part of SC Dons, but they've gone off into the boxing promotional side of things. And obviously, I feel like it's actually just great for what we saw last night, Greeny. That was at Catford Theatres. Anyone that come along, shouts out to you. But yeah, man, it's good, man. Don Strapsy fought. They say the biggest, baddest heavyweight in Kent fought. Guy called Lee Cook. You can say that. Lee Cook.
We're gonna go a fishing trip with him.
Yeah, we're gonna go fishing trip. Yeah, man. No, we met some good people as well, man. It was a good event. It was a nice homely vibe, like, if you get what I'm saying, like we met in, because it wasn't too big, but it filled out, and it was just nice for the traveling fans. Some fans come down from Plymouth and stuff. So again, I want to give, man, they come from far, man, and all over. So I want to give a big shout out to Flips. We done commentary all night. Yep. You will see clips and the visuals will be out soon. They'll be on the DFC's platform.
What did you think of it, of like the actual ring and stuff? Like, make you get nervous as to what we're gonna have to do?
Yo.
In March.
Whoa. He said
Like,
no.
did it make you have the?
Are we even 2 minutes in? He's saying you're nervous.
I'm asking. It's a question. What's wrong with the question? What's wrong with the question? I'm obviously being in the arena where we're gonna fight. I'm saying, did you feel that vibe? Did you have that energy?
You know, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be a commentator.
You
wouldn't be in that setting, bro.
And
I get nervous when I'm the man that controls the settings. I can't be nervous in my settings.
Okay.
A fight in the ring, them settings, they're my settings, bro.
I'm just checking.
How can I be, bro, commentating in the ring, spectator, wherever? Like The Rock says, it doesn't matter. I'm the most electrifying man in all of the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't get nervous, man. Especially against someone like you, Greeny.
Oh.
You okay?
I couldn't, bro. Like, because we basically, long story short, we sparred in my kitchen. We had a little spar, and like, he had a little black eye coming to you. Remember? That was me.
Yeah. No, he told me.
I punched him up. And you say I poked him. I didn't, bro. There wasn't no poke. It was a clear. Punched him up in the kitchen now. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it's John Jones or not.
I'm
punched
glad
up.
that story's
you
there.
got punched up.
I'm glad that story's there, because when it all happens, I'm gonna make sure I go back to that.
No, I'll make you a part of that boxing, but I won't go too hard and like.
What can I ask? What weight? Like, have you lot agreed a weight?
We haven't agreed a weight. I think he's a
between
bit
10 and a half, between 10 and a half and 11. But I can do anything between that.
Okay. Well, yeah,
you're roughly that, right? But
11,
I don't mind.
11 and a half.
Yeah.
I'm easy. I don't care. You can come in whatever weight, bro. You can go.
10 and a half.
What's
10 and a half? What's that? 60
not a lot.
That's 60.
It's like water.
Yeah, just above water, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm
looking
forward to that, man.
We are. But enough of that, because we'll be here all night. Me and Greeny always chop it up. You know how we are. Zoro, what's happening, man? What's going on, man? Tell the people what's going on, man.
I'm good, man. I'll be fighting again October 26th. I got a little comeback fight. And then, I've been chasing the rematch with Shav Clark, who defeated me in Leeds in May. So God willing, we get that before Christmas. But yeah, that's it, man. So it's a busy next few months for me. So yeah, man. But I'm just keeping my head down, keeping quiet, and just you know, trying to put things right that were wrong. Yeah, man. But I'm good other than that.
So we'll let the people know what's going on in your next fight. Who you fighting? Where you
I don't know who
fighting?
I'm fighting yet. I'm fighting at York Hall. Like I said, it's meant to be a comeback fight, so it might be an 8-rounder. Just basically a tick-over fight to prepare for my next fight in December. But it's October 26th on the TN14 show. Yeah, October 26th.
People you know where to be. York Hall. October. What did you say?
October 26th.
26. I was going to say something. I was going to say 16. I'm not listening right. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure. 26 October, guys. Get down there. Make sure you support the one and only Zorro.
Yes.
So, are we going to get into...
We have to get into it, right? It's crazy out here in these
we got Zorro in here for a real reason, man. We're gonna get back into you. We're gonna talk a bit more about you a bit later. But we're gonna blend it with what's going on here because it's an all British affair right now. We're talking September the 21st. We're talking it was a Saturday night. We're talking it was in the UK. We're talking Wembley, London. We're talking 12-round contest. We're talking the so-called email champion versus the old previous champion. And I'm talking Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua. This was a very interesting fight for many reasons. And I'm just going to... Listen, before I ask any question, I just need to ask for the actual professionals' breakdown, analytic point from any standpoint. So you just go ahead and just tell the people what you saw last night.
Oh, last night, just off last night.
Just
Alright,
go-
cool. 'Cause I was gonna go back of it, but I just got no, just like just into the build up, like and whatnot. But no, I don't
Take it there. Take it there. So if we go last night, you want to go because you wasn't here for the build up. Prior,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
was talking
yeah,
about the
yeah.
build up. So yeah, do it. Break it.
So
down.
I don't feel like if we look at Anthony Joshua's box rec, I don't think he's fought like someone slightly who like he was when he was younger, like a young, aggressive in terms of nature, in terms of his style. I don't think he's fought anybody like that since Dylan White.
That's a good
He fought Klitschko, who's obviously a better boxer than Daniel, better boxer than Joshua, even at that age that he was at. But it was like the older kind of Klitschko who was already coming off a loss and some time at the ring against Fury. So I had question marks personally. Obviously, we was talking narratives, and the narrative was that, you know, AJ's in his best form because of his last few performances, which he has definitely looked better. More aggressive, sitting on his punches, just a bit more aggressive, like should I say punching with intention, you know, trying to make something happen. And along with that, the whole Ben Davison thing as well. But like if we unpack those last few fights since Usyk, he hasn't actually really fought anybody of any kind of, do you know what I mean? Not to disrespect them, but even if in relation to Daniel, like nothing alike. But he's been active. He's been in the ring. Daniel's been even more active, but against better opposition. Jamal Miller was undefeated. Hrgovic was undefeated, but we still had. They were kind of slyly, especially Miller, slyly unproven in terms of what he's accomplished in the ring. Yeah, if it weren't for Miller's relationship with AJ kind of thing, we wouldn't really know much about him. Hrgovic was obviously a good amateur and a great boxer, and good sparring stories around his name. But yeah, going into the fight, I just felt like Daniel had much better momentum. I thought he was going to be too aggressive for AJ. I'm not going to sit here and think I anticipated it to go like that, but for me, it was a little bit of a 50-50 or 60-40 in Daniel's favour, just because I still hadn't seen AJ being under pressure in any of these recent fights. Like Usyk didn't put him under, you know, like a power punching type pressure. He didn't stick it on him with his physicality. He threw a lot more punches. He made him think of his brain, but he didn't really like stick it on him. And I thought that Daniel might do that. And every time AJ gets hit, I'm not saying he falls down like he ain't got a chin, but like he becomes vulnerable. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Go on, Jack.
AJ's got a chin, man. I think that just because I know, look, around the world right now, this is a man that's being rubbished from corner to corner. You get me? Like AJ.
If we can, let's talk proper though. If we break down, because people say, oh, he ain't got a chin or whatever, or he has got a chin. What does it mean to like not have a chin? For me, the reason I think he's got a chin is because like when he gets hit, like he don't go to sleep straight away.
No.
Do you know what I mean? From some any punches. Amir Khan will get hit with like a jab and he's like rather
Amir
going
Khan's
down or whatever. My thing with AJ, like when we talk about the chin thing, is that whenever he gets hit, he loses all composure, bro. So he like all composure's gone. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
That's as good as being basically sometimes knocked out.
And this is what I'm saying about the chin thing.
Sometimes it's-
Depending on how
if
you
your
define
opponent-
it,
If your opponent's good IQ wise and that good, and they can smell blood.
how can it be that
That's-
Andy Ruiz dropped him in the third round and then he was slightly kind of, I'm trying to find the right word to not be disrespectful, but
Almost
like,
concussed.
kind of like
the rest
all
of the fight.
just out of it until he got stopped. And now we see the same thing yesterday. He went
first
down in the first and he's kind of like
He hasn't recovered.
trying to regroup.
basically.
But
Yeah.
then
You know?
what was mad is that he looked like he had recovered in the fifth. Like when he come forward and landed the straight, it was like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe he's recovered here. Maybe Daniel's in trouble. And it was that moment when AJ started letting his hands go, which is what everyone wanted to see. It was in that moment when he was most vulnerable, and that's what we've never seen AJ flat like that. Never.
You say flat, you mean
Like
flatten?
out cold, bro. Like
Yeah, but that don't mean nothing.
no,
Like,
but I'm saying as in
that's just boxing, like.
But that's
at that weight as well.
Yeah,
with
no, of
Daniel,
course.
bro.
But
It's what I'm
how have we
saying.
not
I need
seen
to
it
say
before?
this. Look at Daniel's record, bro. Man's had 21 wins at this point. 20 of them by knockout.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a better knockout ratio than AJ.
Yeah.
Like,
At a
why
much
are
younger
we
age.
thinking that like this can't happen?
Because
you know what
it
I
goes
mean, bro?
back to when Dubois. Because look, Eddie Hearn was on the radio prior to this fight saying that he gave up against Usyk, but no one gives up against. Well, people give up against Usyk, but Daniel Dubois didn't. Daniel Dubois just had enough punishment where it weren't worth it. Like when he bust his eye against Joyce, people saying he gave up, bro. He had a broken orbital, fam. Like, what you gonna do? Carry on fighting
Yeah, but-
at 24 years old with a broken orbital and ruin the rest
Yeah,
of
but
your
he
life?
don't know that when he's in the ring, bro.
No, but
I'm
his
just being
his
honest.
coaches, his trainers know that.
They don't know that.
Of course they do.
They don't know that.
You got a broken orbital.
You know if you're-
You don't know that. His coach, his coach is my coach at that point.
Yeah,
In
but
the
You
Joe
don't
Joyce fight.
know though.
Yeah, but-
So you don't
In the
know,
middle of
like,
a
to
fight,
to
you
look
can't
at.
diagnose yourself
That's
right
what I mean.
there.
To
You
look
know
at.
You
No, I
can't-
don't
you
think so.
can't-
bro, if you get touched on something that's
I'm not
broken,
saying
you're gonna
something-
feel it a lot more.
I'm not
bro.
saying
You'll
certain
have-
things
you'll
don't
have an
show.
idea something's
That's
wrong in
facts.
that, but-
That's
When I
fair.
broke my leg,
That's
yeah,
fair.
my
Hold
whole
on,
body
hold
was
on.
vibrating.
Hold
bro.
on, hold on. But to
It's
diagnose,
different
that's-
injury.
Of course, I'm not again. I'm not disclaiming what you're saying, but I'm just saying you can't just say, "Oh, you know what it is." No one does, bro. Until you
Yeah.
know-
I'm somewhere in the middle with that. Yeah.
you don't know. Like what
I do
Rimz is
agree with
saying,
what
we
you're
know-
saying, but I get it
same
as
here.
well, like-
you don't. Yes, you got to be careful how you put it. But
So also, yeah, like I just think, his inability to regroup, and sometimes going off. I didn't want to interrupt you, but my opinion with the regrouping thing, it's more mental than physical. Because you're saying, oh, he looked like he gathered himself when he landed the right hand, but I just think he started to have momentum in the fight. But it's like up to that point, I just think the stress of it looked like the psychological stress of the pressure, as opposed to, oh, AJ's out of breath, AJ's unfit, AJ's like panicking. These are,
can I say this?
psychological
There's a lot of pressure
things.
in there.
Can
you
I
know
say
what mean?
this? AJ hasn't got a great poker face. Like we talk about this a bit in MMA. Like sometimes you get that leg kick, calf kick, you get a certain kick, and you got to withstand. Don't let a man know that what he's done is you better. You know it hurts. You don't want to let your opponent know. And I think sometimes AJ gets caught up where he gets hurt, and he swivels, and the whole world knows he's hurt. That's not the crowd going mad. Like not against boxing. People when you get hurt, obviously that happens genuinely, but. It always happens with AJ where he can't overweather that storm. His poker face ain't great enough where his opponent then don't respect he's boxing. His opponent goes to going for the kill normally if he's that hurt. AJ is not the greatest boxer because he didn't. But sometimes he then tries to box his way out of things. And you see, and now you didn't grow up being a natural boxer. You just need to throw your hands. Because it's gonna say, all right.
But then in saying that, he threw his hands and he got knocked the fuck out.
Right, hold on, but this is the problem. You throw again a bit of IQ. You throw your hands, you're gun shy. For 5 rounds, you throw your hands when you're hurt. That ain't really good to you, bro. Like if I'm in your corner, I don't want you to throw your hands when you're hurt. Then I'm getting 50% or 60% of you. I need you to throw your hands when like Daniel Dubois. Yeah. Do you know when you're at least because the thing is Daniel Dubois had a beautiful jab all night, respected it, stepped all night. Then the combinations were just coming off lovely, and they were simple combinations, but AJ just weren't getting out of the way. So you are now becoming second to everything, and now when you do get hit, you ain't got a good poker face. You're not Who's a fighter who can take great
I know what you
punishment?
mean. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know those fighters that can just take great punishment and hagglers.
Can I just comment on that a little bit?
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Go ahead.
I
go
think
ahead.
like with the poker face thing, I think the Hagler's a good example. Like, I think AJ is so much an on top fighter. What I mean by that is like he has a lot of success when he's completely dominating.
Can be the hammer, can't be the nail.
You know,
But do you
like,
think though, just so it's cut you, but do you
and
think
I just
that's
don't
because
as much
of
as
his
sick as
popularity?
Hagler is and these guys there. Hagler, Ali, they were used to being in contests where like it's 50-50. Whereas like Joshua
You'll go through phases where you're not going.
hasn't had
then
that.
You get that. Yeah, I get you.
He hasn't had
consistency.
the only time I've seen it is with Klitschko.
Yeah.
He got knocked down in round 5 or 6 or whatever, and then he come back and he's done his thing. That's the only time where he's like been tired, been exhausted, and still found a way to box. I'm not knocking him for that because he knocks people out so quickly most times that the fight don't ever go there. But I'm saying my point is, bro, I think he's an on top fighter. So being in that nitty gritty thing, like he's not necessarily that experienced in that, if that makes sense. Do you understand? Because no one's been able to take him there. They'd rather stop him before it gets like that. Do you know what I mean? Or the Usyk fight wasn't really a tough fight. You know what I mean?
There's 2 points on that though, because I feel like firstly he's been protected by Eddie Hearn for most of his career.
I don't think he's been protected.
He has in terms of
I think you
certain
got to already
fights,
explain that a little bit.
in terms of they've done fights at certain times which have benefited him, like the Klitschko fight. Fighting Klitschko coming off the Fury loss at, I think it was like 42 at the time. That is the perfect time to fight Klitschko.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? Fighting Dillian White
I've
when he's had
gotta-
a bit of time out the ring and you come back, like that was at that time it was the perfect time to fight Dillian White. Almost like Dillian White's at the top of his.
Don't use Dillian. Dillian's a bit in and out of the game.
But
Dillian's
also
not a great example.
If he's
to
been
use.
protected by, I just want to say this, yeah. If he's been protected by anyone or by anything, it's not inside the ring. I think it's more outside the ring.
Alright, why has he not fought Wilder? Why has he not fought Fury? Right, because
In
this
terms
is,
of how
one
fighters-
second.
Alright, go
This
on.
is what everyone threw at me when I was saying that Fury was the best. Everyone's saying, "Oh, but he's not fought Wilder. This is before he fought Wilder. He's not fought AJ. He's not fought Usyk."
That doesn't mean he's not the best.
What about AJ?
It just means that like he still needs to prove himself as the best. There's still argument to say that, oh well, until he does this, then we can't say he's the best. It doesn't mean that he's not the best. Now I'm saying about the matchmaking thing, bro. How far do you want to go back? Like fighters have been having good matchmaking since like Mike Tyson was about. Ali, same thing. Like you don't come out and just
But
go
even-
straight into the big things.
Yeah, but even
Do you know
that
what I'm trying to say?
generation,
Like you're
everyone
well,
fought each other.
but you're well eventually. But obviously, like there's money involved. Like I can't sit here and say AJ's been like kept away from Wilder, if that makes sense. Like I just think that's a narrative that, like, if it was 100% AJ and Eddie Hearn's fault, I don't know if that's 100% true. It's unfortunate.
I don't think it's AJ's fault.
It's unfortunate.
I think AJ's happy to fight.
I don't even
all
think
them
it's Eddie.
guys.
I don't think it's Eddie Hearn's fault either.
I think Eddie Hearn's always protects
But
him as an asset.
Let me hear
And
your-
I think he
yeah,
does
but
the right
that's
thing
what
on that.
everybody does, though.
Yeah,
No,
of course.
that's what
What's
kind
your
of what
It's the right
everybody
thing to have
does.
done.
What's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
perspective on this?
On
Quickly. This whole situation with just the Anthony Joshua, the way his career's kind of been. What we're kind of talking about.
I kind of agree with you what you're saying. I don't think he's really been protected. I thought he's always wanted to fight the biggest fights that he could fight. Whether Eddie Hearn was putting them in front of him, telling him that was the best choice, okay, that might be another thing. I feel even though he's at a place now where it's looking like the downfall of him, I feel he's given a lot to the sport and he's built like the way he's carried the sport of boxing from the Klitschko fight is probably the biggest moment for him up till obviously now. I feel he's moved it in the right direction and he's made it bigger in terms of just the public being interested in the sport and getting behind someone, because really who was we really like championing before him?
It was Amir Khan before him, but
Amir
not
Khan,
at
but
the-
it's
it's
it weren't the same though. Like,
It's
you
because
know what I'm saying?
heavyweight
the
boxing
same.
moves the needle, isn't it? And when you got someone that's putting everyone out like AJ,
I agree with that. Like from a factual standpoint, I do want to say this though. I feel like I give a lot of credit to Sky Sports and to Eddie Hearn, who like built him up and made him a stadium selling fighter, bro. I do believe, Frank Warren's my promoter, so thing. But just being real, if Eddie Hearn had Tyson Fury, I think we'd see that, like in his career. I think it'd be the same thing. I think if Eddie Hearn had Tyson Fury, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, all these guys, like I don't think it's necessarily. AJ's got good conduct, but he's not the only one. He's not the only one that speaks well and has good intention and does charitable deeds. It's just the ones we hear about because he's given to us. And I'm saying that is the work of a really good promoter, as opposed to necessarily AJ's conduct and that's encouraged. But he's done madness in the sport.
But
I'm
is his
saying
conduct outside the sport is good enough? We're talking about for a man that has to get in the ring and deliver. Has it been good? I know we all know what he is outside the ring.
No,
as
when
a
I say the
superstar
contact
and the
outside,
respect
I
that
talk
he
about
deserves,
like
but
when you talk about he's got other people, like the role model thing that they throw about. Do you know what I mean?
Interviews, all that stuff. Yeah.
You know, I personally feel like a lot of other fighters have the same qualities. It's just they're
of course.
not put out there like that. One thing that AJ's got is that he looks physically well. You know, like he does the Lucasade, he does the links. I can't really envision certain fighters doing that, and even like Terence Crawford, like because I just don't feel like he's on that. Do you know what I mean? But it's like AJ's on the business thing. Eddie Hearn is also on the business thing. I think it's a very good combination. Do you know what I mean?
Taking away nothing from that, but you now have a job to do. Your job isn't just modelling, that's a part, but your main job
No. Oh, fam, I'm a fighter, so I get it. I'm just like in relation to
Rimz,
into what he's
but
saying.
does
Yeah,
that
that's
relate,
what I agree
right,
with
now
him.
my question to both of you is
No, it don't. Fam, I had this chat with
you know what I was
Josh.
about to
Had this
say?
chat with Josh
Does-
today. I
there
said
you
this
go.
is the
Does
thing when
that
you build a
relate-
fighter.
Right,
When you
there you
build
go.
a
Go
fighter
ahead.
so much
ahead.
to where like man's doing 90,000, but his ability again with Floyd Mayweather, with Javante Davis,
jogging outside the
you can do it.
But them man are jogging
You're
off
really
the
rolling
run.
the dice.
You're rolling the dice with AJ, bro. That's why I disagree that he's been protected. Because putting man in the ring with Klitschko when he was, I know what you're saying, Klitschko was getting older, but AJ was like 15-0 or 16-0. He wasn't exactly an established in his own right.
He had established himself by then.
Fam, he's like 15-0, 16-0. He was just more famous, bro. He was just more popular.
Facts.
I wasn't really.
Fam, he weren't. You weren't looking at him thinking, fam, because Sky tell you,
of him and
because
then coming
Sky
up,
tell
but
you they're
he was
gonna
just punching up nobodies, bro.
slyly.
No,
The
he
Dylan
wasn't.
White.
No,
But
forget
the Dylan
Dylan
White
White
thing.
Forget Dylan White.
This
Forget
is the
Dylan
problem
White,
with
'cause that was
heavyweights.
just
No, the
that
Dylan
was-
White was the domestic.
Yeah,
But hold
domestic.
on.
As I said, that was
Hold on.
domestic. That
This
was
is the problem, yeah. Because, firstly,
That is
the
facts, though.
heavyweight division is very thin, generally. Yeah, it's during AJ's reign as being at the top of the division alongside Usyk and Fury. The division's quite thin. Yeah. So therefore, if you don't fight the people that are elite, then you are being protected.
I get what you mean.
That's just a fact.
I
If
get-
you,
I
bro,
get that.
if you can say
Who
at
else
the
was
end of
elite?
your,
Who
Who else
hold
was
on,
elite
hold on.
though?
What? Look, these are the four. Yeah.
Do you think Wilder was
Wilder-
more elite than Klitschko at the time?
No, but I'm talking about this. Like Klitschko is
No,
not
but
a
I'm just
part
saying
of
at the
this era.
time. No, but I'm referring to the Klitschko fight at the
When
time.
Klitschko fought him, Deontay Wilder would have flattened Klitschko.
You see what you do, yeah.
Deontay Wilder would have flattened
I
Klitschko.
respect what you do, yeah.
I don't know about that.
But you see what you're doing, yeah, is you're very contradictive because 2 months ago you're about this superstarism and now you got, and remember I'm the one that says the best has always got to fight the best when
Yeah,
you are
but when
the
you're a
best.
superstar, you end
But-
up fighting
but
the
that's
other superstars.
box- Yeah, but that's boxing. That's the problem I have with boxing. What I always talk about. It's not going to happen. Yeah, Turkey and the Shay's gonna trying to bring it together. But that's the problem when you've got outside promotions. It's the promoters. It's not even really the fighters. Really, it's the promoters. They're gonna say yes and no, and they're gonna have the final say. So that's hard to say. But when it comes down to this type of, the odds were really. Yeah, if you put £200 down last night on Daniel Dubois, which
Yeah.
my man did,
You made a madness.
you would have made, which my man did, which you know he did when we went, yeah. Look, you would have made a madness. That's not the type of odds of a superstar that you should be going up against and then getting your ass knocked out at that level. People saying that you was a hold on, a reoccurring star, like you were saying. And I said he wasn't. You lot were having a go at me. Everyone was having a go at me, or even everyone online. What do you mean?
In terms of what?
No, but I was just talking about. No, I'm saying.
I want to go next year.
I was talking about in terms of the value of what he brings inside the actual boxing.
Yeah. Like
He
ability
fought,
and-
yeah. He fights MMA fighters and that. I said his time was done. I said this though. It was a bit like Conor, like that image of that your
It's the
time's
flame,
done.
it's the flame.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that.
All right, let me
Bro, look what just happened.
let me add on
It's a
to-
proven
But that's more about
You
Dubois.
should've-
That's more about
cool.
Dubois than it is about AJ.
We'll get onto
We need
Dubois.
to get onto Dubois
We
because
will.
we're focused on
Let
what
me-
time
I
it
we
is.
will.
I did say I want to go next. I just
ahead.
want to add on to
Go
what we were
go
saying
ahead,
though,
go
because I was
ahead.
saying this
We'll
to
go
Josh.
to
It's like the promotional thing outside the ring. You're not giving. You give so much attention and credit and pump up to AJ and his profile and his ability and his generosity and his good conduct and his good character. Man is standing there against a guy with basically 100% knockout ratio. You're not giving him any attention. He's the champion.
And he walked out first.
This is what I'm saying. So you're not giving him. A man's been boxing since he was 7 years old.
That's what I
English
said.
schoolboys,
Listen what I
bro.
said.
Schoolboys, he's won that.
Different.
Junior ABAs, he's
said
won that. The
this.
tournament that James
I
went to
said
today,
this
he won
earlier.
this. Where you're giving so much to AJ, whether it's Povetkin, whether it's Klitschko, whether it's Takam, whether it doesn't matter who it is, Dylan White. Everyone's like, no, AJ is gonna flatten this guy. But it's like, this is a guy. I mean, the records is there. Like, this guy is a problem. But I'm saying where he hasn't been promoted or like shoved down, he's been promoted, but where he ain't been shoved down our throats the way that AJ has, it's just a mad. Like, we can't comprehend but really and truly, this is a 50-50 fight. He's in slightly better form. Like the age, I'll part the age. He's in slightly better form in the sense of his confidence is probably higher at that level. But then again, they made a good point. You know, the experience of walking out in front of Wembley, 90,000 people. I'm sure that adds a little bit of.
It didn't mean anything though.
No, but I'm saying,
what I mean?
in the build-up to
Ultimately,
sometimes it could, but we don't know because we're not him. But I'm saying there was points for and against. But if we forget all that, just on ability and record, this guy's a problem. But I'm saying because he's so over promoted and over dashed in our throat, down our face, pause. It's like we can't comprehend Daniel even winning a couple rounds.
Yeah, that was fact.
Fam, I see the same thing when Maidana won like 3 rounds against Floyd Mayweather in the first fight, and they're saying, "Oh, he beat him." And it's like, fam, just because he's the first guy to actually win a couple rounds against Floyd. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just.
No, you're right though.
It's the way man them are promoted. That's what I was wanting to add to your point about outside the ring. If you just if it was a bit more fair
on the promotional
or realistic, and this is what I'm saying. When you build up a guy, like when I'm saying this now, I'm saying this as if I was talking to Eddie. You build up AJ the way that you have, which is obviously your job. You still put him in a dangerous light that if he does lose, in a sport of boxing where you can lose and things can happen in heavyweight boxing, it's a big old come down. Because, bro, what's the time now? 10 to 9. 24 hours ago, AJ was in the form of his life with Ben Davison. He just knocked out Ngannou, who's a wrecking machine, and And now all of a sudden, we're seeing the memes and we're seeing the comments, AJ's done, he should retire. And I'm saying that's the problem when you build a brother up. Do you understand? And then, like...
And you fight Ngannou. Don't fight Ngannou. Well, I said that's the worst thing. Now you lot are getting me
Ngannou, if you
real
want to.
serious.
No,
it's not
but
that.
like, keep it real with the comments. Just keep it real with the comments, bro.
It's not about fighting Ngannou if you want to. The reason you shouldn't fight Ngannou until you're ready to do all of this joke man type of boxing. You know why, Rimz, innit? Because when you can't be up and down in this game, bro. You can't. You got a short stint. You can't. You got man that you just said been boxing from 7 years old. If you're lucky enough to come in later on in the game and have a bit of talent and a little bit of, all right, I can grasp it. You would know, Zoro. You didn't come in boxing from the age of 5, bruv. So you know what I'm talking about here. You took your opportunities. You still got opportunities to take, but you still took your opportunities that were shown in front of you. That's my point. Like, and I'm not still saying that you look back and say, oh, I could have done this better or not. That's humans. That's humans. But I'm saying, for the moments at being in that ring and taking opportunities, bro, like you should have done better. Now, let's move over there because we're all night onto Daniel Dubois. Let me ask this and I'll let you lot discuss this before I jump back in. Back to the same question I asked last week. Was this more of a loss for AJ or a win for Daniel Dubois? You lot answer that between you.
I don't really know what you...
What do you mean?
What that means.
What do you mean?
So
was this fight more? Did AJ take more?
Who had more to lose?
Yeah.
And who had more to gain?
Yeah. Who lost out of this more? AJ or did Dubois win out of this more? Lost the belt. Lost, not star. I wouldn't say star.
I would say just if we talk about factually and we part all the fame and all that, Dubois the champion at the end of the day. AJ's challenging for the belt. Like, so if anyone's got more to lose, they both lost. They're not undefeated. There's no O to be lost in this fight. Like, the purse is set from before the fight. So factually, the only thing that a man has to lose is the title inside the ring. If you're talking about fame and popularity and how do I say profile, it's a different. I don't know.
So Dubois runs Britain.
Well, he's a champion of the world.
He runs Britain.
He's a champion of the world.
Dubois runs Britain. No, don't go silent half the room. And
In what aspect?
No, don't go. I'm asking. He runs Britain, bro.
Are we talking?
AJ used to run Britain, didn't he?
And this is
That's
where
what you man were telling me.
This is what we have.
Dubois runs Britain.
I never said that.
I'm trying to understand if we're talking facts Because if we're talking facts, there is no argument. But if we're talking a popularity and a profile thing, then I'll leave that. Because I don't do that.
Does Dubois run Britain? Because it can't be Fury. He just lost. He's got to reclaim that against
What I'm talking about, we're talking about profile.
Brother, the baddest man in Britain.
What, in boxing?
Boxing.
Yeah, what's what we bro.
But
Yeah.
Dubois the champion, though.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Just say it one more time.
Yes.
You get me?
No.
So it's Dubois. Because he's proven that he's gone in there and knocked AJ out in a vicious way. Tyson hasn't done anything vicious. For me, Tyson's got pillows as punching gloves. No disrespect again to anyone else. But from what I've seen, they ain't knocking no one out. He ain't got no intent to go and knock no one out. He leans on people and he outboxes you a little bit and moves a little bit, but he ain't knocking no one out. Dubois went in there with the intention to knock AJ out. I can't see Tyson Fury knocking AJ out either. Just from his style, he's got pillows in his hands, not just...
This is another thing. Oh, I just want to say this.
Go on, say it.
Would you remember? Yeah.
What?
Your
No,
point.
I don't, no. Yeah.
Alright, cool. Now, when you're building the fight stylistically, same kind of stupid argument we spoke about. If we box, I win. If we grapple, you win. It's styles. Styles of martial arts. With this one, yeah. If we grapple, like he should win. But I'm saying, sorry. You know, you'll win. With the Tyson Fury thing, like just off the back of what Shane is saying, stylistically, AJ could probably knock out Tyson Fury because of how Tyson Fury boxes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the pressure and aggression, that's what I'm saying. He ain't fought no one like that, bro.
Thank you. The pressure, I said that style.
The pressure and aggression from that style is not necessarily good
He
for
don't
someone
like
who's
that.
not good under the pressure.
Usage,
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
volume.
So if Tyson Fury stands off him and feints and boxes him like he will at range, give him time to set himself and throw the limited punches that he does. He don't throw that many punches, but they're all very effective. He throws more than him. He's just as heavy-handed as him.
Yeah.
He might. Joshua's a bit quicker than him, but stylistically, when Eddie was building this fight, when Frank was being honest, but Frank's just he's an older boy. He's not gonna shout and scream. But Eddie was doing the mad thing, and it makes us question Daniel. But realistically, it's that everything that happened, Frank did say it could happen, and a few people said it could happen. But it's hard to look past the profile. It's hard to look past, the money making machine, bro. It's just this is narratives, bro. But really, like, it's a 50-50 fight. Like, if it went the other way, I also wouldn't have been surprised.
No, I hear that.
Go on, you was gonna say that.
No, I was gonna say because the bra started quite fast and hot. Yeah, I was gonna say, obviously they sparred before. Do you feel he knew that?
You know what? I think
the pressure.
If I put pressure on him,
I think he knows. I think he knows.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be long because
Okay.
I don't like pressure.
Yeah.
Like, fam, we all have done a little bit of fighting to some degree. You know what you like and what you dislike.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
don't mean you're not good.
Yeah.
Floyd, the best. I'm sure he has a preference of what he would
does.
rather.
That
Do you know what I
feeling.
mean?
That counter
So
feeling.
let me
He
fight
does.
someone who's gonna be aggressive. So I can counter punch
does.
them. I don't want to fight someone who's tall and long and stand off me and try to.
Morales,
Because it's
correct. Was it correct?
Yeah. Because it's gonna be long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like
Struggle.
stylistically, AJ would prefer something else, but he does have the firepower to kind of protect himself, like if he can land. But I think Dubois, I don't think it's a secret though. I think everybody knows. Like, if you put pressure on AJ, that's how you as Daniel Dubois can beat him. With your limited speed and your limited IQ, you have to apply pressure. If you stand off and you start jabbing, no, I'm saying he's a good boxer, but I'm saying he ain't gonna stand off and start fainting and doing the Tyson Fury thing or the Usyk thing. Because he knows he can't do that. Let me stick to what I'm good at. I'm a powerful youth, and let me impose myself on my opponent, and that's what he does. That's what he does.
Yeah, just from being a professional boxer yourself, you see that applying pressure. If you do you personally like a style yourself, like you said, do you have to now go and apply pressure if you know that there's somebody that likes to stand on the back foot like AJ, but you're a back foot fighter yourself? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you have to come out of your game plan? Imagine you're both back foot fighters, kind of counterish type of fighters.
I know what you're trying to say. It's a loaded kind of question, though.
Right.
It's a loaded kind of question, but
because now it can make you gun shy where
I think
you shouldn't be in certain places.
I think you can flow in and out of styles. Do you know what I mean? And I think that out of the two of these, if we just stick to the point a little bit, AJ can flow in and out of styles a little bit better than Dubois. AJ can actually box. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But it's like
Gold medalist.
intentionally, like you have to have intentions. Daniel came out with the intention to knock you out, but also to land his jab. AJ kind of came out, let me wait and let me look and see what he's doing. and let me be second with my
Too
jab.
So he was more game planning.
Because
on this-
fam, Dubois'
on
jab
the
is
spot,
sick,
right?
but Dubois' jab is
yeah.
sick for someone who's so
big.
Yeah,
but
that's
AJ's jab is also good, bro, and his arms are like a couple inches longer. So
You
it's like
don't use it
really
enough though, man.
exactly. But he didn't have the intention to go out and use that jab. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So he couldn't really keep Daniel at bay. There was like a couple seconds, 20 seconds here, 10 seconds there, where it's like AJ would throw that jab and Daniel would kind of stand in front of him and like bob his head and it's like it would keep him at bay. But it's like his intention wasn't to do that. If that's from what I could see anyway on the night. Do you know what I mean?
So
Because Daniel didn't rush him. He went first, but he didn't like, when I say rush, like Joe Fraser him. His head weren't in his chest all night long. Like AJ kind of waited there, looked at him and
He
let
picked shots.
He
He picked shots.
Exactly.
Daniel picked shots. Combo, and then he hit him with
see,
1-2
see man
after.
that
And
rush
he
you
hit
like
him with
Ricky
different
Hatton,
weapons,
Ricky Hatton, Mike Tyson, these man rush you, bro. They're on your chest. Like,
like this.
it weren't like that. Do you
Bulldogging
know what I
you,
mean?
yeah.
Like he just,
Head down.
he decided to go first and AJ decided to go second. But again, AJ, and I know he tried it with the uppercut, tried it with the overhand right and the pull counter. He could have countered Daniel a little bit better. You know, like going back to the question of how do you nullify someone who's doing.
Yeah.
I want to ask you from the boxer's perspective. Defensively, like what was you seeing that AJ was doing wrong? Because I think I saw a couple of things like he was doing kind of persistent.
I know where you're gonna go, but
Yeah.
I would say if you can get away with it,
Yeah.
you can do it. Like in boxing, that's the
I
rule.
feel he was
Keep your
judging
hands
range.
low.
That's the
though.
what this is what I'm saying. If you don't know your range, then you can't get away with it. Do you know what I mean? A lot of
He
man,
wasn't any as tall as him.
a lot of man pull from punches. A lot of man
Yeah.
sway.
Yeah.
Hardly, and that they sway. I would say athletically, AJ probably has the agility to do that. But like, I don't know if he underestimated where he was in the ring at times. Like when he moved that way for the first knockdown, I don't know if he thought Daniel was like all the way over there or something. Like, because when Daniel threw that thing,
you know what Daniel? I think
he didn't even try and
brought
lift his
back foot forward.
Right,
when
right.
he-
Okay, right.
That's what I think
You're
he's
saying
done, yeah.
I disagree. I disagree with
Which
what
is
you're
modern
saying.
boxing.
You just said that.
but yeah,
you
the,
think
the chin thing was mad. The hands low, man's calm.
hands low.
The hands low is
was-
one thing,
yeah.
but the chin thing, I don't know, is very like inviting. Like I just felt for someone, again, somebody like that.
But
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I
Like,
disagree with you though, because you're saying that, like, I know you're saying that he can do it, but I think you're talking about like leaning back and being more athletic, but he's not built like that. AJ can do that maybe for 1 or 2 moments for a whole fight, like a Floyd or a guy that's athletically a counter fighter. He's not built like that. He can't get the bend like that. You just can't.
But
You
this
get the
is-
bends once or twice off of a movement and off setting up your thing, but to do that repeatedly he ain't got that type of endurance
Yeah,
to
but
do that
fighting
to
at
bend.
heavyweight, you don't need to, innit? It only takes you a couple.
Yeah,
to,
but
once
that's
he-
how. But then
traditionally, once he lands, he's good. Do you know what I
no,
mean?
no.
Going
We're
in
not talking.
previous
We're not.
times.
We're not talking so generically. Just about the points that he's making. The moments in the fight where his hands were low and his chin was up. It was like. In those moments, if you feel you have the not for 12 rounds, but in those moments, if you feel you have the agility to get out the way, then cool. Because Floyd don't always walk around like this. He don't always walk around like that. Sometimes his arms are by his knees. And I'm saying in those moments, if you feel like you've got the agility or you've got the eyes, the sharpness, or to know where you are, but I just feel like I can't sit here and tell you whether he knew like where he was in the ring at those moments. I do feel after the knockdown cam, a level of panic kind of come in, and maybe his fundamentals went out the way. And what I liked on that point, what I liked about Daniel, when Daniel got laced, where did he come like this? He's on guard, bro. Because then when he got laced again,
Yes.
you watch, he come back with a right hand. Whereas when AJ got laced,
slipped so
even when he
nicely.
held his feet, it's like form dropped, like arms dropped, chin went up a bit, like. Again, it's very easy to sit here and say this, but I was surprised at that level that his go-to wasn't just, if I see a mad thing run in front of me, my go-to is to step on the brakes, bro. His go-to weren't to emergency stop; it was to do something else. So I'm just like, I don't know, like what that was about, to be honest. But
Can I ask you this in terms of where they both go next? Because for me, I'm saying, look, if Fury loses against Usyk, for AJ, the Fury fight's still there. Obviously, it's a different fight because it's not going to be for a title. It's not going to be. It will be a headline, but it won't be for the same amount of bread that they were making before. Another fight that I wouldn't mind seeing is Wilder
For who, sorry?
for AJ.
You know
Well-
Tyson, would you say Tyson can slap him?
Yeah, if if Fury loses against Usyk, they can run that easily.
Who comes out first?
In that one, AJ has to come out first against Fury. Fury's done more.
When you say come out first, you mean ring walk?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know.
See them things that are so so petty that
I know that's the conversation sometimes.
That's why the fight won't get made. That's why the fight won't get made, bro. That's boxing. That's boxing. You think it's a joke?
So did Dubois actually come out first?
Can I make a point?
Yes.
Again, off what Shane was talking about, the build up and inside the ring, outside the ring. Just to add to my point, Dubois lost against Joe Joyce. Dubois lost against Usyk, the quitter, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Where he ain't been built up to be an invincible one, no one talks about retirement. Not being even disrespectful, but no one really even cared. It's when he lost to Usyk. It was just like, yeah, if he retires, he retires. Yeah, if he retires, he retires. If he doesn't, he doesn't. If he comes back into a rematch, then he does. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. If he has a long, reeled up, disappearing thing, like say what I'm gonna do, if that makes sense. If you're gonna have a rebuild fight, no one's really judging it because man ain't been built to be the best thing since sliced bread. When invincible people lose, Mike Tyson, George Foreman, fam, it's done. It's over. Everyone's like, you're done now.
No, but these man,
like we know how to beat you. We know you're weak at this, but it's like it's because he's been built, fam. He's had what is that? 31 fights.
So let me ask you this then.
32. He can fight for years and years. All this retirement talk is because he's been built up to be.
It's not just that though.
Fam, he can continue to fight. Like you say, there's still fights out there that man ain't had.
Yeah, but it's
so we can have them.
The point that you're making, as relevant as it might be, it's not just that. You gotta understand that these men are fighting at a level like AJ has fought on at the top level. Whether the opponents have been at the top as well, that's a different story. But he himself has fought at the top level. Therefore, he might not feel comfortable fighting.
No, so if we're talking about his
like
body,
a rebuild for AJ is impossible. AJ can't go.
No, but that's because of how he's been built, bro. Because it's not impossible. Because better fighters, greater fighters have done it, and there's nothing new, bro.
So who could he get in there with?
We kind of see.
There's nothing new.
Take lesser fights. Though.
I know what you mean.
No, but there's
no. I think what Jack's saying. Once he reached this level, he didn't go back down.
He can't go back down. He can't go in there now with like.
I think now he can.
After that,
I'll give you a name.
Because look,
Miller.
Right, he can fight Dillian White.
He can fight Miller.
Dillian White is
Coming
the
off a
best.
loss.
Dillian White would be a good
Miller.
fight for him because Dillian White has been out of the ring just as much. But
I'm
Dillian
saying-
White come back and took a fight that no one even watched, but I don't even think it was televised. He can't do that. That's my point. Like, he can't do that. He can't go on a lesser show.
I'm saying
and
that's
go and
because
get
of how it's been built. Yeah, that's because of how it's been built. There's been too much pressure to where like.
Let me, because we'll be on AJ. Let me just ask you this, yeah. How much fans has Daniel Dubois taken from AJ? Meaning, if there was 50 million people watching, this is 100 million people in the world. 50 million people were watching that last night, and there was 50 million people spare. How much people went over? How much 50 million went over to Daniel Dubois?
You're my boy, and I'm not disrespecting the question, but ain't it sad that we're saying that this man is the champion and we're talking about him winning?
I have to like that.
Winning. I know, but it's just that's the state of the sport.
Yeah,
obviously, the question is mad valid, but I'm saying it's sad, isn't it? Like this is the champion.
This is the problem I have with boxing.
The man ain't popped out of the
This
ground,
is the problem.
bro.
Would I have that question for you in the UFC?
Oh, stupid sport, man.
Even if it's Bilal Muhammad, I wouldn't have that question for you, bro. Because I won't have that question. I can't. I just don't like Bilal. That's it. There's no. I don't have that question.
To answer the question though, I would say he's won a lot because even in this fight he was labelled, the quitter and all this kind of thing himself from the Usyk fight. So
how much more people are gonna watch his next fight?
Fam, he's always entertaining. He ain't been in a non-entertaining fight. He ain't been promoted, and this is the benefit of fighting somebody like Joshua. When you fight Joshua, the casuals learn about you. But if you watch all his fights on YouTube, every fight's been entertaining. Always scraps.
Not been promoted.
He's not great to promote.
Yeah, he's not
easy. He's not easy to promote.
Why? Because he copies the whole message and not just the part you're supposed to copy and paste. And that caption is still the coldest caption ever.
No, it's just he just doesn't have the charisma like
Joshua.
Yeah, he's okay. He has moments.
They're comparing him to Lenny from Mice Men, the guy from Green Mile.
To be fair, yesterday at the yard I was like, what's the Mice Men name? Is it George and Lenny or something? Yeah, he's giving me them vibes.
Bro, he's the coldest.
But that's not his.
No.
That's not.
You not paying the time.
No, hey, listen. The best one I've seen, is you see when they went like at the press, not even the press conference, at the weigh-in team, not even the weigh-in, like when they sat down. And AJ's like, oh, I'll run this chair across your face, yeah. Like at every
That was
there's-
mad still.
There's 4 different comments here that AJ says, and then it shows a knockdown.
That
So the
talk of
first
that
one,
is mad
Dubois
still.
get a knockdown. The next one, and at the end he's like,
But this is what
no.
this is what this is what I like about not so much Daniel, but like Usyk, because I think we all knew that Usyk was sick, but
I knew Usyk was sick.
like
Hey, Dubois hurt
You
him
know
too.
why? You know why I
No,
knew
but
Usyk was
let me
so
land
sick?
Say it more in a body shot, he got the
You know
knockout.
why?
let me land that though, go on.
He
But
just throws
because
them as
he's
volume, bro.
because he's taken everyone's scalp.
Just
Tyson
throws-
Fury done him. Daniel Dubois done him. The other
Volume.
champion done him.
Volume,
Usyk
AJ.
done him twice.
Volume.
So even though he don't speak the best English, even though he's not promoted over here, it's like if you think highly of him, you got to think highly of Usyk. So
Huh?
that's why I think
100%.
it's. Do you know what I mean? It's warranted and it's
What do you
it's
mean,
kind of
bro?
okay. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, Usyk was always going to be the best because he throws more. I trust Usyk out of any of them, man, because he's volume. He will do 12 rounds and he's got volume, bro. I trust that, bro. I know it's heavy hitting and anything can happen, but if you protect yourself correctly and you throw the correct amount of volume and you hurt, he does enough. He's a man, like, you see Tyson Fury's got like, I say soft hands.
Yeah.
He hasn't got soft hands, you say. He's just not there to knock you out. Do you get what I'm saying? If you watch the way he fights, he just hits
Yeah,
you
I
hard enough,
personally don't feel like.
jabs you, hooks you.
I feel
hard
like
enough.
anyone above like super middleweight
Stop.
has soft hands. It's just intention.
Intention, yeah, he's just there
It's
with
just
a volume
intentions,
and
do you know what I
an
mean?
amount that's going to be so hard to weather. That's just my opinion.
In terms of
Yeah.
sorry, but in terms of like AJ, we've covered here where he goes. Where does Dubois go?
Well, don't they have? They might have the rematch, or he can just chill off and
Rematch
fight.
for this?
Yeah,
I think there's a rematch clause. So
for
yeah.
AJ.
For why?
You know what I mean? Because he's the A side,
I will never watch it.
and he walked second.
never-
I mean, he walked second, and he weren't even a champion.
That is the biggest scheme. I won't watch it because that's fraud. That's Nigerian fraud. Yeah, that heavy Nigerian
Orange
fraud.
Fanta, bro.
Orange
But bro,
Fanta
you know why?
fraud,
You know why?
bro.
You know why? I don't
How
mind it.
can a man? No, hold on. How can a man get collapsed completely and night your feet sideways, bro? We talk about this being happening in the UFC, how you can't get.
Ankles rolling.
Yeah, and you're getting a rematch.
crazy.
No, bro.
But you know why I don't mind
bro.
it? Because
You
both
deserve to go
fighters,
to heavyweight.
both fighters
You
get
go
paid.
heavyweight,
Both
you
fighters get paid. So as long as Daniel's getting paid, like
No,
He'll get paid more in that.
he'll
bro,
get paid
I'm
more.
gonna blow you
He'll-
up to
he'll-
heavyweight, and you're gonna get the
He'll be
fight.
the A side.
No,
Alright,
bro,
but
it's not
do
happening.
you think that?
What?
Do you think that Dubois has any chance against Usyk?
No, I don't think so. I
You
think
don't think
Usyk
so?
should retire.
You don't think?
I'd like to see him
You don't think
retire.
Usyk's slowing down a
I'd
little
like to
bit?
see-
No,
I'd like
just
to see him
beat Tyson
retire.
Fury and go out the game.
I just
don't
think
think
he's already beat. He's
yeah.
already beat Tyson Fury,
Yeah.
bro. Like
Yeah.
cruiserweight, done it. Olympics, done
Yeah,
it.
there's
Like
nothing
heavyweight,
else.
done it. You've done everything. Like don't ruin your
No,
thing
but he's
now.
gonna beat
Because at the
him.
end of the day, he's not actually a heavyweight, bro.
And
Do
one
you know what
L-
I mean?
one
And
L
it's like,
changes a lot,
One
innit?
L will change it,
Changes a lot,
and he
man.
can lose to Fury.
I think
And
he
he
does.
can.
You know what, though?
He can lose to either
I
of these
think-
brothers.
It don't.
No, I
He's
think-
L to Fury. If he loses, it doesn't. Because people need to see a
extra
third.
months, bro.
No, I need people need to see a
No,
third.
no, as in he
Yeah,
would have had a
extra
loss.
points,
Is
bro.
what it
Oh,
means, yeah,
in
on
that
the record.
sense.
Bro, never, no
But
losses,
his credibility's
undisputed
gone
cruiserweight,
up, though.
undisputed heavyweight.
You know what? Once upon a time, he never had credibility.
Who? Usyk.
Yeah, now he's got it where people do want to see
Bro,
it.
he's the
like.
best of the generation.
That's what I'm
innit?
saying.
Like,
People do want to tune in. Like people kept going, "Oh, he's got to do that. He's got to do that."
This
he's
is
gotta
even
do
just
that."
making me think,
Now
like, in the
he's
lead up to
that.
this fight, a certain man on the AJ side was saying, oh, you know, once this, like, AJ, I think he can come back and beat Usyk now that
I
he's,
think Ben Davison.
yeah, now that he's training with Ben Davis and he can come back. Man just did 24 rounds of my man and won, like, 2. 12 rounds, one fight, 12 rounds, one fight. He must have won, like, 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah. Dubois had more success against Usyk than AJ.
My thing with Dubois,
Fights,
to
so-
answer that question, where does he
Mad.
go? Me knowing Dubois like the way I know him, it's like I think the problem with Dubois, in a good way, his confidence is just gonna go up and up and up.
Yeah.
That's
These things are gonna make his confidence go up and
And
up
he's
and
only
up.
what 27, 26,
And he's
27?
gonna like, bro, like if he fights him again, there's although AJ made the mistakes of the chin and the hands down, it's like there's an argument that Dubois can perform even better.
I was gonna say that
With
could be
even
one
more
round. That could be one round.
Enthusiasm, bro. Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
Slaughter
and
him
even if he
even
fights
earlier.
Usyk,
Dubois-
who's an
AJ
older
got saved
Usyk
by
or whatever,
that
like.
a couple times last night. Like had that first knockout happened like 20 seconds earlier.
Remember, he got
He might
count
have got-
down twice, innit? 2 knockdowns.
3 times.
Well, the knock. Was it
3 times and then 4 for the
knockdowns?
last
Oh,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
4th, yeah.
Some rules, I think it's some belts that have like 3 down, not
Only in
down
the round,
rule.
though,
Like,
innit?
oh, was it in one round?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's in
My
one
bad. I
round,
didn't know
yeah.
that then.
Right, we got bare
Yeah,
questions.
let's go
and
through
that.
some
Let's see what
questions
people
while
saying.
we're here.
Yeah.
Bring them up, Rimz.
Someone, Usman saying, has AJ ever dealt with adversity?
The Klitschko fight.
He's dealt with
outside of that.
adversity.
You
He's
think
dealt,
he has?
Yeah, he's dealt with adversity.
Ben Davison, what was he on?
Did you see the press conference where they're speaking about the game plan? And Ben Davison basically said, look, I've had a lot of plaudits for all the work that AJ has done over the last year and a half, because everyone says it's because of me. So I have to accept that today was my fault, which I thought that's what a coach does, isn't it? So he showed himself there. But they said that the game plan, like they said, Dubois did nothing that we didn't expect him to do, but AJ didn't carry out the game plan. In terms of whether he was supposed to throw with him or whether he was supposed to get behind a jab a little bit more, whatever their game plan was.
He did throw with him a couple of times and
got
the Bragz jab caught him.
Caught him.
But we said Dubois' jab's better, man.
We got this one as well. This is quite a good one. AJ should never have changed trainer. He chopped and changed too many times. How can you improve momentum like that?
I'm gonna respond to that. Yeah, like this is the. I'm not saying this to be offensive. This is the problem, fam. This is a sport where there's two guys. One is gonna win. Do you know what I mean? 24 hours ago, they were saying AJ's in the form of his life. Not many people were disagreeing with that because he's knocking niggas out. So now all of a sudden we have comments like that. It's like, bro, just let the man lose. Like, it's a fight, bro. Like, man lost.
Don't get onto our listeners, fam.
Like, no, that's what I'm saying, not to be disrespectful. But man lost. Like, you can't change trainer from who? Man's been with Derek James, Rob McCracken, Virgil Hunter. All these guys have had Robert Garcia. All of these guys are the best. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't. They've all had unified world champions, or
you've picked something up along the way,
or two world champs. So it's like, what coach is he
along
referring to that he should have stayed with? The one that took Andre Ward from the one that took Andre Ward. Rob McCracken had Cole Froch, unified supermate world champion. Only man to like really give Ward a serious fight before Kovalev. So it's like, who else? Like Derek James, who said Spence and Frank Martin. Like who? Like change trainer from who?
I would say that's
this is the problem. When guys lose, just let niggas lose.
No,
do you know what I'm trying to say?
James,
like
for me,
it's the narrative of taking away from Daniel, bro. Like Daniel is Daniel Dubois. Like put a little bit of thing on his name. Therefore, we won't be looking. Oh, maybe he should have done this. Maybe he just got beat by the better guy.
But when he was with Errol Spence's camp, do you think AJ? Because this is my thing with AJ. I think AJ sees himself as the top dog wherever he goes, and that's like the mindset of him, and that's the psychology that has been put into him by Eddie Hearn and everyone else around him. When he was training with Errol Spence and them guys, was he the top dog in that gym, or was it Errol Spence? And for me, I think that's where it went wrong. I think on the mentality thing, I think on the reporting with maybe the coach, because it didn't look like he would listen in fights.
Yeah, I want to respond to that, but just finishing what I said, I will respond to that. I'm not knocking AJ for changing coaches, by the way. I'm just knocking the question. Because as a fighter, if it's not working and you think you got to do what you got to do, it's a short window, it's a short career. You got to change coach, you got to change the era, you got to do this, you got to switch up your lifestyle, whatever. With regards to kind of what you said, I still think he'll be somewhat top dog over there, just more top dogs around him. Personally,
yeah, and I think that
because when he fights in the UK or when he fights in Saudi, it's the promotion that makes him the top guy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I believe in look at the physique of the guy. You can see he trains well. Do you know what I mean? So he's not like cutting corners thinking people are gonna bow down to him. He definitely prepares himself. Do you know what I mean? Even the way he talks, that he seems to prepare himself. But he lost against a good fighter. Like, let's not make up reasons why he lost and look for if and but and should have. Like, it just takes away from Daniel.
No,
if
for
I'm
real.
Daniel, I'll be pissed that
people
to be
keep
sitting
there.
there. Yeah, bro,
and you really thumped man up. It's
bro,
not even
like,
it was close and it was like this.
Didn't win a round, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Thumped man up, bro. You dropped him 4 times. That's crazy.
And
like,
you were saying about, I don't know if
you
was talking about the post press conference. I feel like what I heard from Ben was like, Ben was saying, look, basically in a nutshell, he ain't trying to throw AJ under the bus because like timing wise, but AJ didn't do what we spoke about him doing. Yeah. It's not that like the instructions weren't there, the drills weren't there, the training camp weren't there. He just didn't do so.
That first jab hit him. Bow!
Yeah.
Oh,
but I'm saying to the question, that could have happened with any coach.
Pause.
Yeah. That's a fair
that could have happened with any coach, bro.
But it was though. And he felt that, and he felt, bro, sometimes, bro, I've been beat, by my mum so hard one time, bro. Everything's just flashing, bro. Like, I can't hear anything else. Yeah, lights. Bro, it's just everything, bro. Like, I get it. When you get your head smart, and imagine in the middle of a fight, and a guy knows that, it must be hard, man. Yeah. It must be hard. But shouts out to Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, man.
And
Big
big
up
shout
both up,
out
man.
to
This
him,
is-
man.
this is
Shouts out to
boxing,
Anthony
man.
Joshua. Shouts out to the Brits getting it on. Everyone across the world was watching this fight. From literally probably China, from America, from Australia,
man.
everywhere, man. It's one of them fights I think everyone tuned in.
All right, so we spoke about the main event. What are you saying about just the spectacle of it, like the build up,
I didn't get to
just the
watch that
whole
because we were kind of...
ambiance.
I didn't really get to watch that.
really
Look,
see it.
from the images I saw, it looked good, but I just felt sorry for the people that kind of got tickets. That you might as well just watch that
I think
at
it
home.
was atmosphere for them though.
Yeah,
That's what it is. You feel
probably.
that high up. It's
You
vibes,
have to
man.
be.
It's vibes, man.
I think it's
I'm not
vibes.
paying that much for that.
If
For
you're paying a
vibes.
bill, I need to see more than atmosphere.
But some people don't even care, bro.
We're a week
They're
out
not.
of
They're
the
not
sphere.
there. That they're not there for like what I'm
For the
doing.
boxing, that's
boxing,
facts.
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
People
They're just
just
there
go
for the
for a night.
vibes.
It's a
And
It's a night out, bro.
It's a
Yeah,
night
man.
out,
It's a
yeah.
night
And we
out.
call those people rich, fam. Yeah.
They know,
We're a week out of the greatest spectacle that there's ever been, which was the Sphere. So, how does it match up with the Sphere card in terms of the spectacle? Because I didn't really get to see either of them. So you tell me, was it?
I think. Did you watch the build up to this fight? Who
I
was
only
the
watched-
prelims? Joshua,
I didn't watch all of
Joshua.
that.
Yeah, I watched the whole card. One thing
Can
I
we
was
go over
saying-
the next fights? Can we go down the
go.
next fights quickly? Because shouts out to both fighters for putting on a great fight as well, man. So do you want to talk about
Which one?
Sheeraz and Denny?
Hamza Sheeraz is a problem, man.
What do you think about Hamza Sheeraz?
Big problem.
What do you think about him?
I think he's good.
You think he's good? You think he's the real the new deal? Like, do you think he can wrap up some of these belts?
Yeah.
Or you?
At 160.
Do you think he can unify?
If he beats Jandiroba, then yeah, because Jandiroba's probably the best one. Yeah.
And you think he can wrap it up? Yeah. So
But again,
he's
the
got
reason
a-
I answer the question so blasely is because it's like if he did lose, it's boxing. Do you know what I mean, bro? Like they're just at that weight where like 1 or 2 punches can do you. Pause. I think anything under middleweight, like skill, speed, and whatnot, but like he can be winning 11 rounds, and then Tyler Denny, even though he ain't got bare knockouts, like can just land on right spot and that's it.
That's
fam.
it.
Do you know what I
It's
mean?
boxing.
So,
You're right.
No, I think.
but yeah, no, he's got everything.
Potential.
Like yeah, massively,
The height,
massively.
range.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think his biggest, the biggest problem for him are going to be the scales, whether or not he can make. What he has done so far, but whether he can.
I think
continue
he's
to
okay for a
consistently
while.
Make weight.
I
Bro,
think he's.
did you
I-
say he
the
was a
reason I
super
say
welterweight?
is because
No,
he come
he
up.
was at super.
He come up from super middle,
Yeah.
super
Super
welterweight.
welterweight.
Not that long ago, so I reckon he's still okay at middle for now.
The weight when you see him cutting weight, it
But he'll
looks
go
like
up,
he's
fam.
struggling.
He'll just go up. He'll
Yeah,
just
no,
go
you
up.
can go up. You can go up and have a couple weight classes.
Yeah,
if
he
he's
can go up still.
All right, cool. Let's move on. Who else was on the fight? You said Buatsi was fighting, wasn't he? Yes, Joshua Buatsi versus Hutchinson. Correct?
I was
Yeah, I
so
watched
confused
that.
with this
Did you
one
watch
'cause
this?
I watched
There was a
that.
split decision on one of the
They gave it a split in it, but like Buatsi had 2 knockdowns.
How did you have this fight? If you was
I just think because of the knockdowns, in my mind I just stopped counting because it was like 3 knockdowns. So that's in different rounds. So that was
Yeah.
like 10-8, 10-8, 10-8. The other rounds though, like where there weren't knockdowns, were close. I think there was even one round where he got a knockdown, but then like Willie came back and kind of like put it on Buatsi to where it could have been a 9-9 round. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean.
So like, but I still didn't have him winning. I didn't have Willie. I think it's 115, 112. They said, or
Yeah, or
something
113,
like that.
114.
Like, I didn't have him. I didn't have him winning the
Oh,
fight.
it's there,
like-
it's there. Yeah, 112, 113. That's how they had it for Willie.
yeah. Okay.
The
Cool.
other
Yeah.
two
I
were
didn't.
115, 110,
I feel
117,
115, 110 makes sense. I can still see 117, 108 because of the knockdowns. But the other rounds were close.
For like going into this fight, this was for me. I think this was make or break for Buatsi. If Buatsi lost this, it's almost like you're back to square one. Whereas
what for
Willie-
Buatsi?
Yeah, bro. Because he's on really what everything that we've been told about Buatsi is that he's here. Yeah. Willie Hutchinson. Okay, cool. I know he just beat Craig Richards, but outside of that, who has he beat? Do you know what I mean?
He's talking profile though.
Yeah,
Who
no,
has Buatsi beat?
no, I agree. But I'm saying in terms of what he has been, and also
Like who has Buatsi beat that Willie hasn't beat? The only name is Dan Aziz.
yeah, I know, no, I agree. But what I'm saying is that he's been on this pinnacle. Yeah, in terms of everyone, what he the
Profile.
expectations. Yes, I agree. It's
Profile.
profile.
Yeah.
But this is the thing with
No, but we're talking about who's going to win the fight. We're not talking about the
yes,
profile.
but you
Yeah,
but
this is the
profile.
problem I have with him each week when I talk about. I just like to see the better fighters.
Yes,
You
but
are a
you're
profile
missing what
man,
I'm
though.
saying. I'm saying
He's not-
if Buatsi lost
let
the
me-
fight,
yeah.
I'm saying if Buatsi lost the fight, that's why I said it was make or break for him. Because if he lost this fight, where does he go? He's supposed to beat someone like Willie Hutchinson.
But why can't what? So all these other guys that lose fights and they get second revenge.
Bro,
tours like
Buatsi
this
was
and-
being talked about fighting. Who was it? Bivol.
Well, the
Before.
winner of this fight will fight before Batavia.
Like, but I'm talking about from a couple. Bivol. He was supposed to fight the winner. He was supposed to fight Bivol like
That's
2
not
years
correct. Who's lying?
He
No,
got
he weren't
offered.
suppo- he weren't
He
supposed
got
to
offered
fight him.
Bivol.
That's
No,
dangerous.
he got offered
bro.
a 4-fight deal. One of them was Bivol.
Yeah.
But the other 4 fights, he didn't want to. He was thinking, if I fight, because basically the guy was like, look, Eddie was like, look, if you fight Bivol, you got to stay with me for the next 3 fights. Buatsi was like, I want to be a free agent. At this point, I'm on a fight by fight. Like Dylan White's been on his whole life. I'm on a fight by fight deal. Like, let me be. If I fight Bivol, win, lose or draw, let me continue to be a free agent. Obviously, as a promoter, you want to sign the champion.
Yeah.
If a man's gonna beat Bivol, who just beat Canelo, business saying like, I got to keep this guy. So he tried to. I don't want to say trap him, but that's the truth.
But why don't promoters go? You know this. Why don't promoters try and do that more? Friend you up to like the. I'll give you the one deal. Cool. Hold on. Because I know you're probably gonna come back
business,
to.
bro.
Hold on. I know you're probably gonna come back. I'm being so open to you to begin with this one deal. You're more likely to hear me out on the second deal come round.
No, you ain't. No, you
It
ain't.
might not work like that.
No, you ain't.
Because someone could just come in who's
But
got
like
a bigger
Turkey.
bank
Yeah.
Like Turkey.
and say, yeah, and you're like, sorry, no loyalty.
I think promoters don't do that. Depending on, I think promoters don't do that depending on the level that you're talking about because there's a lot of money
and
involved.
it can work both ways as well. Cause
That's what I'm saying. It can work both ways.
Haney, I
That's what
swear,
I was just saying. It
happened
can
with
work.
Eddie Hearn and Haney.
Yeah, that's what I say. It can work both
Shakur.
ways.
Yeah.
I'm not
Shakur's
saying
a
it
free
can't. I'm
agent.
just saying why doesn't it happen more often from the promoter to try and convince that? I think don't you get the fighter coming back to you naturally, being like, "Oh, I got that deal before. You won't give me that again," and it's more set in stone. Like, you know what I mean?
I do think this was like, from what I see though, this was a good scrap. I think Willie Hutchinson definitely will come again. He's only young. He's like 25, 26.
Yeah, he can fight still.
And yeah, I want to see them push Buatsi now.
So what? World level fights now.
For
For
Buatsi.
Buatsi, it's got
I
to be,
think
man.
the jump. Yeah, I mean, on paper it has to be
Has
because
to
of
be.
where he's ranked.
Yeah.
But I just think the jump is a little bit in that weight class. I think it's a little bit unfair.
A Lyndon Arthur fight would be good. Because I
No,
think
no,
that
the winner
bridges
of
the
this
gap.
fight.
It bridges the gap because
the
Lyndon
winner of-
Arthur's been at world level, isn't it?
The winner of this fight has to fight the winner of Batavia.
Yeah, but realistically,
Don't
bro,
jump
it doesn't
in that
necessarily mean it's gonna happen.
I just think that's too much of a
Way
no.
too
Why
far.
don't-
Winner of this fight.
Way-
Bivol
That's like
better
an
be a fight
unranked
out of two
UFC fighter
fights.
fighting the champ, bro. That is unfair, bro.
Because you're just
No,
seeing.
bro,
unification.
that's not fair.
Yeah,
bro.
but
They both got all the
I'm
belts.
being
It's
so.
not just
I'm
like-
not
But
being
then-
disrespectful.
but
Buatsi.
Alright.
That's from what I can see.
So
eye level.
I hear what you're saying.
But
then,
Turkey will hurt him. And big-
so what's that? What is that saying about light heavy? Look, hold on.
Yeah,
what
light
is
Yeah,
it?
like heavyweight.
Yeah, light heavyweight at a UK level. Then
No, but the UK
if
scene
you're,
for light
if you're
heavyweight
saying
is
it's
very
such
good.
a
Yeah.
No, but
like,
the UK scene at
if
light
he
heavyweight
goes
is
to fight them,
it's good, very good.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Anthony
But it's not-
Yard, Buatsi.
He's talking about like their
no, but
ability
like you're
to
saying,
comparison
like
to
he,
the
That's what
alright,
I'm
Buatsi-
saying.
But
I
we've
get it.
spoken about this before. The world level of light heavyweight, bro. You got Bivol
But when I
and
say the
Beterbiev
world
and
level,
it's
though,
everyone else.
And
when I
that's
say
it.
the world level, yeah, it's just 2 guys.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
2 guys.
That's it.
It's just 2
bro.
guys.
That is
And
literally.
you know what's
And
mad?
at the
You could
minute,
probably
again,
put Canelo
like,
there as well.
when you look at no,
even
he's
though,
not, he's
even,
not,
but
he's
Canelo
not,
will
no.
probably punch these men up.
No, I don't.
Oh,
Think
he would. He would. How can you tell that? How can you say that? That Canelo would punch up these men.
There's too many, like-
Canelo
Let
might
me answer the
punch up.
These
question.
men don't
Let me
hit
answer
that
the
hard.
question. There's too many light heavyweights that are a little bit too big. There are a few light heavyweights, like a slow old Kovalev,
Yeah.
that Canelo could fight. There's a couple small ones, but there's a few big ones that like. I don't know if he's a power puncher. He's a boxer puncher, Canelo.
Oh, so I thought you were talking about Buatsi.
He's not a slickster. If he was going to go in there and outpoint man, then I'll be with you. Like, yeah, he's going to use his skill and his experience and his 60 plus fights and his whatever to go and outbox them. But as a power puncher, I don't know if he would really be able to hurt some of these bigger. From some of the light heavyweights as big as me, bro.
Benavidez? Benavidez has moved up.
No,
Benavidez better than these
Benavidez will beat them.
Benavidez.
Benavidez
So
will
they-
beat them. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Benavidez is closest. To,
But
yeah,
Benavidez
so
will
maybe
beat Canelo
it's a
though.
free-
Like, I thought you were talking about the British.
Benavidez is a monster, bro.
Yeah, Benavidez
He hits
is
too
cold.
hard. He just hits hard, bro.
That's and he's
volumes,
yeah.
speed is
Yeah.
crazy.
As-
Brother,
Yeah.
he just hard.
As much as I say that though, like look at what Anthony Yard did against Beterbiev. Like
What?
there was a chance that he could have won that fight.
I didn't see the chance.
He done well against Beterbiev. What do you mean?
I think he survived well. I think he
Yard,
survived
Anthony
well.
Yard. He had him on ropes at points.
don't know, bro.
He did, man. He did.
Think
Go
it
back and watch
was
the
early, right?
I think you're too
Early
hopeful,
and
bro.
late.
I just think
Nah,
that was
man.
just too hopeful. I don't
Anthony
think
Yard had
so.
some good rounds.
Anthony Yard was
against
hurt,
Beterbiev.
though.
Yeah, he was hurt. He got mashed up.
hurt,
But like of all of the British
you think
light
if he was
heavyweights, I
in-
think he had the best. He
Yeah, but-
is the best at having
He
a
is the
chance
best,
against
yeah.
them, man. I don't. I think at this
You know
point in his
why?
career, he might lose against Buatsi
You know
because
why?
he's been out
'Cause
the
he
ring
hits
for a
the
while.
hardest. He hits the hardest.
Yeah, he does. He's got
He's
the
got the
attributes.
puncher's
Yeah,
chance.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
got the real attributes and the puncher's chance to really hit
Yeah.
hard and connect. He does. I feel like he's so... Because I think Yard beats.
I'm not too sure about
Buatsi.
that now though, because Yard's been out the ring for a little
I
while.
don't care. Right, actually,
it
I,
matters,
think I
man.
think he can sit Buatsi down. You know when
I kind of agree with.
knees on
kind
the
of.
canvas.
Only
He's
because
breathing.
he sometimes
Oh.
gets hit a little bit.
That's what worried me in this fight.
But, no, but
I was
Yard-
surprised
Yard-
by the
Yard
power.
technically
that he had.
good.
Yard's a proper puncher.
No, he's
still.
a
no, of
proper
course, of course,
puncher,
of course.
bro.
Puncher still.
Like proper puncher. Like, and he punches with that venom. Like.
That fight could be next, by the way. That fight could be next.
I hope for Buatsi it is. I would like to see.
I would
it.
like to see it.
Yard.
Yeah.
I think that's another bridge fight for in terms
Yeah.
of moving to world level.
Because I don't think right now, from what I see yesterday, and just a selling point. No, but forget the selling point. Let's just talk about skills and fights. Like I don't think there's much benefit in Buatsi trying to fight Bivol or Beterbiev right now. To be honest,
Other than a paycheck.
but I don't think the paycheck's going to be any bigger than him fighting Yard.
No, depends who comes
Depends.
in. Turkey.
Yeah, if Turkey comes
Yeah,
in,
depends.
yeah.
If Turkey comes in, then yeah, you're gonna be sorted. But
Do you know
Turkey
what I
has
mean,
to pay
bro?
more for Bivol and that. You have to.
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah, I forgot
You
about
got,
Turkey.
you
yeah.
got to pay me
I-
5
in
more
my mind,
mil,
I'm just
5,
thinking
6
like-
more
I'm
mil.
just
You
thinking
have
like,
to,
that
bro,
sells out.
My guts are about to explode, bro. If I first Beterbiev, no,
Yeah.
brother. I can't piss blood.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
I think it's just long.
Have you ever pissed blood?
Mm,
It's a real thing, bro.
no.
Real fighters, I know multiple fighters I've heard they piss
No,
blood, bro.
I haven't.
Yeah.
But yeah, good fight though.
This was always
Alright, cool.
Cool.
Well, that was the main 3 cards
Yeah, that
wrapped
was the
up
main
on the
three
card. That's what we got up to. That is all the boxing wrapped up. There was no UFC this week.
Nah,
So straight into some news.
you ain't got much.
We ain't
but
got
yeah,
much. We'll just
go
quickly
through
do it.
we'll go
And
through
then we'll be out. Dum, dum, dum.
Alright, so this week, Dana White praises Joe Rogan as the greatest to ever do it for combat sports commentators.
What's your thoughts on this? Bragz, start with you.
Well, obviously, he's the GOAT, bro. Come like Johnny Bones, boy. No question of a doubt. But Dana White, he has been sucking up to his guys lately. It's like he must know we'll be doing something that we don't know. Something's gonna happen because he's been nice to everyone lately. Like, you remember Dana White used to be a horrible guy, you know?
Yeah.
He's not. He's
Ebbs and
nice
flows,
now.
he ebbs and flows.
Yeah. But lately he's been really nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's been the Johnny. Even like me and John ain't been the best of terms, but Johnny and then Joe.
Who is the
And
equivalent
do
for
you know what I
boxing?
mean?
Who is the equivalent for boxing, commentator wise? Who's the best commentator? Larry Merchant? Who?
Of all time.
Of all time boxing commentators? Teddy Atlas.
No.
I like Teddy Atlas.
Man said Teddy Atlas.
If
No
I'm driving,
way,
No,
bro.
listen.
Hold on, speaking to the mic.
No way.
Hold on.
If I'm driving and I can't see it,
Oh,
Teddy Atlas gets me gassed. I can't even lie.
No, but I don't
I'll be thinking, what? But in terms of like,
know.
fairness and knowledge and whatnot, I don't know. It's difficult. I like Ward. I like Roy Jones. I like George Foreman. I don't really like Timothy Bradley. I feel he lets his if you don't like someone on a personal,
Yeah,
he kind of lets that
okay,
get
yeah,
involved.
yeah.
Andre Ward's good.
Yeah,
Andre
Andre-
Ward's
yeah,
good.
Ward's
So
good.
there ain't no one then that can
Larry.
compare with. Ain't no one. None of these people compare with
Larry.
Joe Rogan, man. Joe Rogan is the GOAT, man.
No, Joe.
He is number one as
Joe
a
Rogan's the GOAT.
commentator.
But he's got good character. Like he's like high
He's a
energy and
comedian,
yeah,
isn't he?
like he's witty as well. Do you know what I mean? Like
Smart
yeah,
man.
he's
People
quick with it.
respect him.
Knowledgeable.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Knows the sport as
Some
well.
of the
That's one
fighters that
things.
like talk sense, it's like they're not. The character's not there.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Plus, he fights. So
Yeah.
he really understands
kinda
the
knows
sport.
Good
certain
knowledge
things.
base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, yeah.
Shout out to Joe, man.
Shout out to Joe, man. No, nothing new there.
Moving on.
Oh, Emmanuel Stewart was good.
Manuel Stewart,
Jesus, he's
Oh.
obviously passed, but
Yeah.
just thinking about when I watched some YouTube fights, he was
Good.
He was proper still, yeah.
Okay. Oh, she's back.
Yeah, Tatiana Suarez versus Vena Jandiroba.
That's a
set
good
for
scrap.
UFC 310 in December.
That's a
They
good
set
fight.
us up still. They set us up.
It's a good
Banger.
fight.
That is a banger. Hey, Jaroba's no joke, you know. Jaroba hit hard.
No, striking not that great. Good
Who am I
jiu-jitsu.
thinking of?
I'm thinking of someone else.
You know,
A silver. I'm thinking of
yeah.
She's Brazilian, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's bare of
She's
them.
one with the dodgy.
There's bare of them. Why is there so much of them?
You know what it is, yeah. As
Sorry.
great as a fight of that this is, it's still gonna be Suarez easy
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
Still.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
easy
yeah.
money, man.
Yeah.
But again, it's because of who do you put her in with? If not the champion, it's difficult to match her because she's so good.
Well, if she beats her, she probably does fight the champion.
Yeah. She has to be.
Jandiroba got a good win on her last fight.
Yeah.
Jandiroba's
Jandiroba's look
done.
Who's she fight?
It might have been done. Jandiroba's looked good lately, man. Like last few fights. I think she might even have a loss in there, but she still looked good.
Yeah,
with the
she
dodgy
got
eye.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like
Shout out to
Jandiroba.
that's gonna be a good fight though.
That is a good fight.
Good one.
All right, cool. That's interesting.
All right. Next. Aljamain Sterling out of UFC 307 fight against Mozart Evloev. But I believe you showed me it.
Go on.
Yeah, Jean Silva from the Fighting Nerds. You get me? Well, he's cool for the fight, but he said he can't make 307. There's something like doctors won't permit him to fight at 307, so he's asking to fight Evloev on the John Jones card.
Okay.
The call outs there. Let's see what happens, but. It's difficult at featherweight, you know what I'm saying? Because again, these man like Evloev must be, in theory, he should be one fight away from the belt.
When you fight like
in
him,
reality,
you could
And
be.
Ankalaev.
in reality, he's about 5
struggling.
fights away.
He's Russian, isn't it?
Yeah.
Him and Ankalaev are the most struggling Russians I have ever seen in my whole life. Russians don't struggle to get to the title, bro. Them men are struggling.
Yeah,
Because they should have been there 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's mad.
Easy with all the O's and all of that, and Ankalaev but Ankalaev's basically like a zero, like he's basically undefeated. Well, he lost.
He lost
to
against
Paul
Paul
Craig.
Craig.
Yeah,
in the
but
final
that
second.
was
childish.
you should be you
Childish.
should be
Childish.
undefeated.
Childish.
IQ lost, yeah, but
What,
you should be
you
undefeated.
That was childish.
You should be, bro. And then you
That
do
was
it,
like
yeah.
that's such a mad loss, you know.
Final second.
Both of your losses on draw, well, your loss on draw shouldn't really be there. In his heart, when you sit back and look at that, and Evloev, sorry, like, yeah, you're just not liked, bro.
Yeah,
You
no.
are not liked.
I think
So-
this was a tough matchup for Evloev because I think Sterling, with his strength and physicality and his jiu-jitsu, he had a bit of a chance against Evloev.
No, Evloev's strong.
No, he's strong, but I just, you know what it is? I think that in the scramble, I could have seen.
strong. His base is
Yeah,
mad.
no, I could have seen Aljo possibly get into the back.
How good is his jiu-jitsu though?
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
not that
thing,
great.
that's the
That's
thing.
why I think in the scrambles, I
good
think he had a
wrestling.
chance.
But what if he just holds you there and bases you there?
Yeah,
Can't
I don't
stop
think
you
you
from
can do
moving.
that against Aljo.
No, not for
Not for a
3
prolonged
rounds.
amount of time. No.
But you know what though? If Jean Silva does step in, I think that's a great fight. Like Jean Silva and that team,
If he was to fight him and beat him, then he's literally
Straight the
in-
belt.
Yeah,
Jean Silva.
After.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
Max, you're next.
and which is crazy because we got Lopez.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine Jean Silva and
Yeah,
Lopez?
that's a crazy.
That's a scrap,
You
bro.
lot are getting me. Featherweight's turning up.
But that's every division. Do you know what's crazy?
They're
Like,
all turning up.
we were
But
saying-
UFC's getting mad. you know,
we were saying this
getting
right now.
mad. It's getting
Right now,
mad.
even with boxing, it's the era. Like I know Loons was saying it in the chat. UFC currently is going through an era where the champs are boring. You got like your Bilals, which people don't like. You've got your Islams, which people will say is boring because he's always gonna win. You've got like your other fighters.
He's not boring.
No, but people might say it because they know what's gonna happen when he goes in the
Marab.
cage. Marab now again they'll say boring. In boxing, you've got now Daniel Dubois. People that don't necessarily move the needle. Going into profiles. Profiles not super large.
Do boring fights though.
No, he's not in boring fights.
Character.
Yeah.
But they want to
But
match
that's
it.
but that's the
Sports
same
wanna
with
match
that's the same with Marab.
Sports
Like,
are trying to match both.
I would watch a Marab fight any day of the week because for me that's a crazy fight. Like, even Bilal Muhammad, I don't think Bilal Muhammad is in any boring fight.
meaty stuff.
No man, but like just the profiles. But like that's why Evloev would stand a chance
Bro,
if he got to the
you
belt.
know you're watching a Marab fight knowing that he ain't gonna finish it.
Yeah, of course. I understand that.
You
side
know
of
what?
it.
I don't mind watching a fight knowing that you're not gonna finish it. You know, that's not my key. You know, you don't have to finish a fight. My thing is what do you do in an intensive way, like to make me glued to the TV? Because Habib didn't necessarily finish every fight. Now I know he had finishing ability, but it wasn't the fact that I wasn't mad if he didn't finish a fight at the end of a fight because he was so dominant.
He finished most of his fights.
No, but he didn't finish. Yeah, but he didn't finish.
Not
everyone,
most
bro.
of them.
No, bro.
How many finishes did he
fights,
get?
bro?
Yeah, he did finish, man. I'm saying the fights, but he didn't finish. So he didn't finish. Gleason T-Bow.
Okay, we took it early.
He didn't. I'm just trying to go from early on. He finished. We'll go later on.
Bro, he finished fights, bro.
Connor, Gaethje. He finished. Johnson. He finished. Who did he finish?
He didn't finish
Ali Quinn. Oh, he
didn't
didn't finish.
Gaethje.
No, he finished Gaethje.
Finished Gaethje.
Rear naked.
Connor.
Connor, yeah.
Yeah, towards the back
Good
end,
choice.
to be fair. I think on the come up, I don't think he had as many finishes as I'm thinking, but yeah.
But even so, just because he was so entertaining, dominating.
But
I didn't
Murad
care if he
doesn't do
finished.
that, bro.
I wouldn't even say Habib's the way that Habib thought was entertaining for most people. I don't think.
No, it was though.
No, it was for us, but I'm saying
it was.
If you put that on there right now, I'm telling you, Ellis ain't gonna be excited by it because it's just a man dominating the wrestling. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. From 99% of people, they don't like wrestling.
No, but he didn't just wrestle though. He wrestled and then he punched you up
On the floor.
I hear it.
Like
Yeah.
this, bro.
Look, you don't have to tell me. I find it insane, innit? I'm just saying I don't think a lot of people did, but yeah.
All right. Is
But
that
it's
the
a
last
shame
one?
because
Or-
that card misses out because of this, you know. That was one of
I
the
hear
better
it.
fights on that
Yeah,
card.
on
That
that
card
card,
is
you're
looking
right.
thin, bro.
Yeah, I know it's thin now.
That card is thin.
I know it's bad. UFC struggled here, little.
Next week's fight night is
Is that
better than
it?
that card.
For the French fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
better than
that
that
card.
card,
I
bro.
can't wait for
Okay, yeah.
that. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
All right.
that it?
I got one
One more?
reaction for us.
Okay.
This is why
Mm-hmm.
I saw this. Didn't this guy get sparked out?
man don't mess with the Russians, bro.
That's what I
Man
got.
took the Bears back.
Yeah, I watched this. This is mad.
Please tell me the Bears.
Do you think there's a man that there has to be a man that overshot you? There has to.
Nah.
Are you mad?
Bro, when the Bear loses it, they just tell
Yeah,
the
but
Bear
I
to calm
don't
down.
think they want to kill the bears over there.
You got to remember. You got to remember. Yeah.
that
as
bear
long
goes
as
Probably like, there's probably
Bears
like
lives
10
matter.
big brothers though, like,
but you know
ready to
bears,
just
yeah.
jump on it. all
No,
the
No,
time.
a bear,
A
bro.
big brother.
A bear,
Man said
bro.
there's a big brother waiting
I
to
said
jump
like
on the
10
Bear.
big brothers.
bears are not.
Oh,
you see,
Because looking at that, they could probably like, you know,
They're not
they
tameable,
could probably
yeah.
help him, innit? Like,
they're not tameable, but bears, you can bring them into societies.
Or maybe
where
some
they
bear
know,
spray or
understand
something.
Societies from young. They're
Bear
calm.
spray. fam.
As long as they don't have.
bear spray works, you know.
Yeah, as well. You're right.
Bear
as long as
spray
you don't
works,
have.
fam. I've got about
Listen,
9 videos of
repellent
bears
from
eating humans. fam.
Pokemon, repellent, red.
Bro, as if that, brother, I've got bare videos of bears eating
No,
people.
bear
man.
spray
No,
works.
you're right,
bro.
but I'm saying if bears, listen, if bears like that bear was probably raised in a society from young.
They
and
just keep
taken
his belly
away-
well fed, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Obviously, and it hasn't got carbs and it's not hungry. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Bears
yeah.
can be raised in sociable areas and they'll be like that.
You're talking wild, bro. They live in the forest, bro. You're not having no bear on no leash.
No, that man do that though. They
What?
do that.
I
I tell you what, the only one, the only one they can't do is a polar bear.
That's
fam.
crazy.
The only one you can't do that with is a polar bear.
Remember, black
You ain't
bears.
doing that with a polar
remember,
bear.
black bears are herbivores, bro.
Yeah, black bears are alone.
Herbivores.
still.
They're not even gonna trouble most time humans. It's only if you trouble their cubs.
Yeah.
Grizzlies don't even trouble you, bro. They don't just come after you, bro.
Ooh,
But
nah,
grizzlies
I
eat you
don't
from the
know.
arse.
So,
Grizzlies
bro,
eat you from the
Grizzly will
arse.
charge
No,
you,
if they're with their cub, they kill anything inbound.
I've seen it. I'm proper into
But
the
if
nature
they're
thing
by
still. I've
themselves,
seen
yeah.
a couple bears.
Hey, loud,
with
man,
no.
you thought that one big brother could fight the bear. Fam.
I said
Yeah,
10.
you're mad. You're mad.
Even 10 brothers, bro.
Off the
grid,
10
off the
brothers
grid.
versus a bear.
Fam, that
I'm
bear,
saying
that
that
bear,
bear kills
that
10
bear.
brothers.
No.
What can you do with your hand to
Fam,
hurt
if
that
if
bear?
10 of them guys.
Els, you
know who
hit
that
hard.
was?
You
Bro,
hit.
you
Bro,
One strike.
Strong, a bear.
if you punch that bear,
You lot are not listening.
Els,
Come on,
if you punch.
25 miles an
Els,
hour.
1 second.
And you don't wrestle.
Hey,
What are you talking about?
So, let's go to the point. Yeah, let me land my point.
You think one of
Rimz
these bangs is
said-
gonna hurt the bear?
Rim
One
said.
bang is gonna hurt the bear.
I didn't say 9.
Rim said. Do you think anyone's there got a shotty? I said no. I doubt they want to kill the bears over there. They like bears.
Yeah.
But I think there's probably 10 man there that can pull him out, is what I said.
Yeah.
I didn't say I was there. I didn't say I would bang the bear. No, let me I said, according to what he said, there's probably
some brothers there that can help him escape. I didn't say headlock the bear and twist up the bear and
Let me pose you this question. Mr.
yeah,
Ellis
go on.
Zorro. 10 Ellis Zorros versus that bear. Who wins?
What, 10 Ellis are molded into one?
No,
No,
separate.
Because I know I'm a problem.
Probably.
No, the bear's gonna win, bro. Come on.
One swipe at each
But
time.
that's not what I said.
you're
Though. I said
fucked,
to for the brother to escape.
Nah,
like,
bro. A bear swipe.
I would love to bang a bear though and just see like,
Wait,
Whoa.
just what happens. Yeah. Like,
That's cool though. What's it when you mess with animals like that? What's that called? When you man said I'd love to bang a bear, bro. Come on. Man.
like, come on.
Oh,
just punch a bear. Like,
Bestiality or something.
Bestiality, bro. That's bestiality.
just punch a bear and see what's going on.
Ooh,
Someone
Oliveira
said something
versus
about Zhang.
Topuria,
Yeah, Zhang's a
155.
problem.
I was gonna say Zhang against AJ, but I think Zhang.
Ooh, Lopez
Yeah,
versus
the hospitality
Sapir.
was good.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was
3
very, very
rounds. That's good.
What's the time?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get this. I got a night shift, fam.
Oh, what? Like
Yeah,
that?
we're going to train.
Yeah.
I
And
gotta go prepare him for you,
hey. He needs it. And you got duties tomorrow, bro.
What?
You got duties, fam.
What work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, training that.
Yeah, bro. It's calm.
I
It's
respect it.
10 o'clock, man.
I respect it. I respect it.
Just wait until March, bro.
I won't train for you and punch you up. That's
He
gonna
said
be
he's
the
not gonna
maddest
train.
thing.
He said he's not gonna
You're not
train.
training?
I'll punch him up. Same way, bro.
Oh, I do.
punch
You know
it.
what you're reminding me of? You want to
Fam,
watch My Wife and Kids? When Michael Coward Jr. in the basketball.
I've seen
I'm
that.
just watching him. Like, just putting work. And he's just like...
No, I would say this. You gotta train, bro. You gotta do
You don't
something.
know. You ain't seen me, have you?
I ain't seen anyone.
seen
but
me.
How many rounds you seen?
him close and will.
How many
Someone
rounds?
said that he was training with
It's
you
only
in
free,
3.
man. Free.
3?
2 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
light.
I would train. I would train.
That's why I don't actually need to
No,
train
no,
on a
no,
Mazzy. I don't.
No, I would do some like
Bro,
some.
I was jumping around with him for 3 minutes. He was huffing, puffing way harder than me in the kitchen. Don't lie to the public. Don't lie. That's why he's silent. Don't lie now. Bro, on your son. Your son is around in this world. Your girl. Your,
Stop.
yeah, everyone's around in this world. Do not
Like
lie to
shaking
the
the
public.
table.
Don't lie.
Was I breathing heavy? This is the difference between you and I. Yeah?
Alright, can you
You
hold
see?
this for another day? I'm trying to get into some
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Let's log out.
Would
Aight,
you bring
There's
me
many more.
heavy?
No, we'll save it for another day. There's many
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Would you
days.
bring me heavy?
Before-
To the public.
Come on, man.
Second
See, you
win,
don't want to
second
see
win.
what I'm saying.
Before
You could have said
we
no.
log out,
It's a
yeah,
second
we got a question here for Zoz. Yeah.
I respect it.
Principal
We got-
sayings. He's saying, how was the hospitality in Saudi? Was it as good as advertised?
Yeah, no, it's good. As soon as I got off from where I'm from anyway. As soon as I got off the plane, they like took your bags, put us in a car, didn't have to walk through the airport, just drove us around.
Didn't you fly by a rocket ship?
Gave man tea,
Jetpack.
got business class. No, it's proper.
Jetpacks.
And then when you got there, yeah, like the hotel was A1. Everything was patterned still. You got treated like royalty over there still.
Shout out to Turkey, man.
Yeah, literally.
Was he a nice guy?
They gave us a flipping thing as well, innit?
Rolling.
Yeah.
Everyone got rolling.
Oh, just like that.
What? Just
What-
to turn them up?
What
Yeah, bro.
what
On
model?
arrival?
What model?
When everyone got the same thing.
Everyone's got different ones.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it?
like that.
Got a little chocolate
Custom
face.
things like, ooh.
No. Just like
What
freshly
face?
bought
Okay.
stuff.
Cream,
Okay.
chocolate.
Ice chocolate. Yeah.
Ooh, got no
Yeah.
chocolate
It's
face.
nice.
Say no, take a picture.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to put that out there for someone
Yeah.
to come try to wrap me up.
No, you can't. You can't bring that me up, bro. Come on. The bear. For the Rolex.
Cool.
Listen, we're out. Guys, you know what to
no,
do. Like, comment, subscribe. The one and
man.
only El Zorro was here,
Thanks for
man.
having me, man.
Watch out. 26th of October. You know.